Good morning, students. How are you all? Hello, how are you doing? Hope all of you are fine. Yes, all of you are fine. So let's get started with our riddle time. Yes, so it's a riddle time right now. We will have a riddle question. I will ask you a riddle question and you have to think that and give the answer. And if you don't know the answer, I will tell you the answer also. Yes, and this riddle question you can ask with your parents and your friends. It will make an interesting. Yes, it will make a time interesting for you all. Okay, so let me ask you a riddle question. Think and then give the answer. Okay, okay, students. So let me ask you a riddle question for today. What is full of holes but still holds water? Think. What is full of holes but still holds water? What is that thing which has hole in it? There are holes in it, but still it holds a water in it. When we pour a water on that thing, the water is not flowed away. It is there in that thing only. What is that thing? Think. Yes. Should I give you the answer? Yes. So I will think that what will be the answer for this question. Yes. And I have found that the answer is a sponge. Yes. You can see in the sponge the water is being poured and the water is inside the sponge only, and there is a holes also in the sponge. So the thing which has holes and it holds the water is a sponge. You find it interesting? Show me your thumb. Yes. So a big star for me because I have given the answer for this question. Yes. So have you enjoyed? Okay, now students, it is a study time now. And before starting our chapter explanation, I am sure that you have bought your books, notebooks, pencil, eraser and sharpener with you. You have kept all the study material with you. So now let's start with our study time. Yes, you should have pencil, eraser, sharpener, books, notebooks of social science and one rough notebook where you can write down all your doubts, all your queries, and whenever we will have an online session, you can ask me your queries. Okay, students, let me start social science class. Now, all of you are welcome in my social science online class. Yes, social science online video. The northern plains. So we have started chapter number 3, the northern plains. Yes, and in northern plains we have done the northern plains. We have studied about the location. Where does the northern plains lies? Northern plains lies between the Himalayan mountains, Himalaya ranges and the southern plateau. Yes, it starts from Punjab in the west, from Assam in the east. We have already also discussed about the Himalayan rivers. That Himalayan rivers are very important, are being originated from Himalayas. Himalayan mountain has given us a precious gift of the rivers in the form of rivers which flow from Himalayas, and they flow towards northern plains, which make the northern plain very fertile region, because whatever they are with the flow of river water, whatever sand, silt and clay is being taken from the river, it is being deposited towards the river bank, and that sediment or the soil is known as alluvium, soil which is very fertile in nature, and as it is very fertile, it is very useful to grow different types of crops, which makes our northern plains a very fertile region. Till this we have studied in our earlier class. We have already also studied about the three river basins. Yes, in India we have three river basins in the northern plains. Yes, which are they? The Satluj river basin, the Ganga river basin, and third one is the Brahmaputra river basin. This we have studied in our earlier class. Now we will study about the Ganga river basin. We have already completed the Satluj river basin. That the Satluj river basin is in it starts from the Punjab and Haryana. These are the two states which have the Satluj river basin. This region is being catered, or you can say they watered by Satluj river. Yes. Now we will talk about Ganga river basin. The Ganga river originates as Bhagirathi from the Gangotri glaciers in the Himalayan mountains. So, the Ganga rivers originate as Bhagirathi. It is first originates, its first name when it flows from Himalayas, it is being named as Bhagirathi river from Gangotri glacier. When the Ganga river is originated, it is in the form of Bhagirathi river. It is known as Bhagirathi river from Himalayan mountains. It flows at a high speed from the mountain slope. So it flows in very high speed. The flow is very high and it is being known as Bhagirathi river. You can see a slow moving river of ice is known as glaciers. So what are glaciers? As we talk about the Gangotri glacier, yes, that Ganga river is originated from Gangotri glacier. So what does this glacier means? Yes, a glacier is a small moving river of ice. What is a glacier, students? It is a small moving river of ice. You can see in this picture, in this video, that how the snow is being melted and then it is being fallen, and it is in a form of slow moving river, that a river is moving slowly of ice. It is full of ice. Okay, so if we talk about glaciers, what are glaciers? Glaciers are a slow moving river of ice. On the way down, it is joined by the river Mandakini and Alaknanda. So when it starts from Gangotri glacier way back in the name of Bhagirathi river. So it is when it moves further, it joins by the river Mandakini and Alaknanda. These Mandakini river and Alaknanda river are flowing from different parts, yes, from different parts of Himalayas only, but they join this Bhagirathi river in the at the in the Rishikesh. These three rivers combines to form the Ganga river. So these three rivers, the Bhagirathi river, which is originating from Gangotri glacier, and the Mandakini river and Alaknanda river, these three rivers combines to form Ganga river. How it is, I will show you with the help of this map. This is the northern part of our country India, where the Himalayan ranges are there. So you can see that where is Gangotri glacier? Gangotri glacier is in the Himalayan ranges. Yes. So now you can see that the where is Gangotri glacier? Here we can see that here we have a Gangotri glacier, and in Gangotri glacier we have in Gangotri glacier, you can see these are Himalayan ranges, and here we have Gangotri glacier. Now this Bhagirathi river is being originated from the Gangotri glacier. So from the Gangotri glacier, this Bhagirathi river is being originated, and then the Mandakini river is flowing from here. This is a Mandakini river flowing, and here we have Alaknanda river, which is also flowing from different region of Himalayas. So this Bhagirathi river, Mandakini river and Alaknanda river joins and form Ganga river. They join, these three rivers joins here, here they join, and then they form as Ganga river. Yes, and where they form as Ganga river, that place is Rishikesh. What is the place? What is the city name? That city name is Rishikesh. The Ganga rivers enters the northern plains in near Rishikesh. So I explained you that the Ganga river enters the northern plains in Rishikesh. So when these rivers, Bhagirathi river, Mandakini river and Alaknanda river are being joined, they form a Ganga river, and Ganga river enters northern plains in Rishikesh. This is a city, Rishikesh, where the Ganga river enters in the northern plain region. The Yamuna river, which is the main tributaries of the Ganga, also starts from Himalayas. So the Yamuna river, which is the main tributary of Ganga, Yamuna river is a tributary of Ganga, which also starts from Himalayas. And from where Ganga river is originated? Tell me, students, we have studied this in earlier chapter. The Yamuna river is originated from Yamunotri glaciers. So now we will see how Yamuna river, which is a tributary, main tributary of Ganga river, is originated. So this Yamuna river is a main tributary of Ganga river, which is originated from Himalayas, from Yamunotri glacier. Now you would be thinking that, ma'am, what is tributary? That Yamuna river is a tributary of Ganga river. So what does this tributaries means? So students, tributary means a river, a small river or a stream or a small river which is flowing into a large river or lake. When one small river or a stream which is flows into a large river, it joins to a large river, that is known as a tributary. That river is called as tributaries. So that Yamuna river is small river as compared to Ganga river. So when this Yamuna river is being joined, is being flowing into Ganga river, it becomes a tributary of Ganga river. So now the Yamuna joins Ganga at a place near Allahabad. So where Yamuna river joins Ganga? The Yamuna river joins Ganga at a place near Allahabad. This place is called Sangam. So what is that place known as? It is known as Sangam. Let's understand with the help of this map. So here you can see Yamuna river. It is Yamuna river. Yamuna river is flowing from Himalayas. This is Yamuna river flowing. So Yamuna river, which is the main tributary of Ganga river, joins these two rivers. They are flowing, and here from here Yamuna river is also flowing. So this Yamuna and Ganga river joins at the place Allahabad, and this place Allahabad is called as Sangam. This place where Ganga river and Yamuna river joins is known as Sangam, and this place is Allahabad. Yes, this city is Allahabad, where Ganga river and Yamuna river joins each other. There is another tributary, Son, that joins Ganga near Patna. So there is another tributary of Ganga, which is river Son, and which joins Ganga near Patna city in Bihar. Let's see where it is. Son. So from here, if you see here, Son river is flowing, and Son river is joining Ganga river. This is the dark blue color is a Ganga river which is flowing from here. So this Ganga river joins Son river, which is a tributary of Ganga river in Patna in Bihar. You can see this Son river is joining the Ganga river here at this place, and this place is Patna. There are a number of rivers which flow from Himalayas and join the mainstream of the Ganga. So there are so many rivers which flow from different parts of the country and from different parts of Himalayas and join the mainstream of Ganga. These includes the Ghangra, Gomti, Gandak and Kosi rivers. So where are these? Gomti river, you can see Gomti river is here flowing, and it joins Ganga here. Then we have Ghagra river is here flowing, and then it joins here in Ganga. Here it is Gandak river is flowing, and then it is joining Ganga river in Bihar. Then we have Kosi. Kosi is also flowing here, and then Kosi is also joined in Ganga river here. Okay, near Bhagalpur. So now the Ganga flows through the state of Uttarakhand. So which are the places, which are the states from where Ganga river flows? So these are the states from where Ganga river flows. The Ganga flows through states of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and West Bengal. After reaching West Bengal, it is diverted towards south and splits into several branches. So when it flows from Uttarakhand, from Himalayan mountains, it is being originated from Gangotri glacier, and when it flows towards northern plain, it flows towards Uttarakhand. From Uttarakhand it comes to Uttar Pradesh, then it comes to Bihar, and from Bihar it comes to West Bengal. After reaching West Bengal, it is diverted towards south, and it splits into several branches. So it splits into several branches. Let us understand by this. So this Ganga river starts from Uttarakhand. So you can see here, this Ganga river is starting from Uttarakhand, from Rishikesh. From Rishikesh it is flowing from here, then it is flowing towards Uttar Pradesh in northern plains. Then in Uttar Pradesh, then it moves towards Bihar. So this river, again this river is flowing, Ganga river is flowing towards here, and it comes towards Bihar. After coming to Bihar, it then goes towards the West Bengal, toward the south of our country, West Bengal. So it goes toward the West Bengal, and when it goes to West Bengal, it splits into different rivers. Yes, so what we say, that it splits into different, it splits towards the south. When it moves, it splits into several other branches. Yes, so it is the this Ganga river starts from Uttarakhand, and then from Uttarakhand it reaches Uttar Pradesh, then it reaches Bihar, then it reaches West Bengal, and after West Bengal it moves toward the south of the of our country, and it splits into different branches there. Many of them joins the Brahmaputra river. So many of the streams of Ganga river joins Brahmaputra river after passing through Bangladesh. So where Bangladesh, in Bangladesh, when it passes, it goes in Bangladesh, many of them joins the Brahmaputra river, which is a neighboring country of our country India. Bangladesh is a neighboring country of our country India. Yes, so in Bangladesh, when the Ganga river enters, it joins many other rivers. Now this is Bangladesh. We can see with the help of map of India, the northern part of India. So this is Bangladesh, and in Bangladesh you can see here the river is flowing, and it is being flown towards the Bangladesh, the other country, the other neighboring country of India, where it is being flown. And but when it flows towards Bangladesh, it is named as with another name. In the West Bengal, the Ganga flows slowly and splits into two branches. So when it comes to West Bengal, the Ganga rivers flow very slowly. Its flow is very slow, and it splits into two branches. So when it splits into two branches, one branch is known as Hooghly, which flows in West Bengal only, and one branch flows towards the Bangladesh, which is known as the Padma river. So the branch of Ganga river which flows in Bangladesh is called as Padma river. So you can see with the help of this map, when the Ganga river is coming here flowing towards West Bengal, it is being split into Hooghly river. So Hooghly river flows in West Bengal only. You can see it is splitting, and here it is splitting into Hooghly river, and here it is splitting into Hooghly river. Here the split is there. Here when it is coming towards the West Bengal, it is split into branches. So one part is coming in our country only. One part of the Ganga river is flowing towards the one branch of the Ganga river is flowing in the West Bengal, named as Hooghly, and the other branch of the Ganga river flows towards Bangladesh, and when it enters Bangladesh, it is named as Padma river. So now in our country it is named as Ganga river, but when it moves towards Bangladesh, it is known as Padma river. The Hooghly is the main branch of the Ganga in India. As I have told you, the Hooghly is the main branch of Ganga in India because it is flowing in India in West Bengal. It flows through West Bengal. Kolkata, the capital of West Bengal, is situated in the banks of Hooghly River. So Kolkata is a city which is the capital of West Bengal, and it is situated on the bank of Hooghly River only, which is a branch of Ganga River. Yes, the branches of the Ganga in Bangladesh is known as Padma. As I have told you, explained you with the help of map, that the branch which is moving towards the neighboring country of India, Bangladesh, is known as Padma River. So here is Ganga River. When it comes to Bangladesh, it is known as Padma River. So now students, we have already discussed about the Ganga river basin. Yes, how Ganga river is flowing from Gangotri river. From Gangotri river, it was named as Bhagirathi. Then the Bhagirathi river, Alaknanda river and Mandakini river join and form Ganga river in Rishikesh near Uttarakhand. Yes, in the city Rishikesh. Then it flows in the form of Ganga river. One river is there, Ganga river from Uttarakhand. It flows towards Uttar Pradesh, then Bihar. Then from Bihar, it moves towards West Bengal. Yes, and when it comes to West Bengal, it is split into two branches. One branch moves towards in our country only, which is known as Hooghly, the main branch, which is in India, which flows in the West Bengal in the name of Hooghly River. And on the river Hooghly, the West Bengal is there, and the capital of West Bengal, that is Kolkata, is being situated on the bank of Hooghly River. And if we talk about the another branch of Ganga, which is splitted in when it reaches West Bengal, that river, that branch moves towards Bangladesh. Bangladesh is our neighboring country, and when it flows towards Bangladesh, it is being named as Padma river. So till this we have done the recapitulation. We have studied which are the states in which the Ganga river is flowing in the northern plains, and which are the important cities which are there in the which are there from where Ganga river is flowing. And one more thing students, when the Yamuna river, which is the main tributary of Ganga river, is being joined to Ganga river, that place is the Allahabad. That city is Allahabad, and that place is known as Sangam, where the river Ganga and Yamuna meets or joins. That place is called Sangam. Yes, we worship, we go there, and that is a holy place for our Indians. Yes, we go and take bath as a religion, as a holy thing. Yes, because we mean that Ganga river is a holy river for all of us. So till this we have studied today. Now there is a book reading time for you, and you have to read the book. And till the chapter with explanation which we have done today, sit at home, read the book, write down whatever queries you have, and whenever we will have the query session online, doubt clearing session, you can ask me the question and I will clear your doubts. But students, after the session you have to read the book thoroughly. If you will read the book thoroughly, then only you will be able to understand the chapter. Okay, so what is the homework for you students? The homework for you is read social science book, page number 19 and 20 till Ganga river basin. So what is the homework for today? Read social science book, page number 19 and 20 till what we have discussed today. Page number 19 and 20 till Ganga river basin at your home. Write down whatever queries you have, and you can clear your doubts and queries in the doubt clearing session. Thank you students, and have a nice day.